I said, yo, what's up, everybody? I'm Amber. This is Amber's Logic. Got a new video for you today. Milwaukee Bucks trades, rumors, and news. Live edition. Before we get into it, you know the spiel. Comment, like, subscribe, and share this electrifying content with the people. What's good, Bucks Nation? What's good, friends and family? Appreciate y'all tapping in. As y'all enter the live, please hit the like button. It helps stray Bucks fans find their true home. Much appreciated. Salute. So what I wanted to talk about today is kind of the state of the Bucks right now as we stand with the current roster in place after the draft, after summer league. How do you feel about the roster? Do you feel confident if we don't make any more moves? Do you think we need to make a couple more moves? And just say if we didn't, is this a championship caliber team as is? That's kind of what I want to discuss today. And then wherever the conversation leads us, it leads us. We have the most intelligent chat on YouTube, so who knows where the night might take us. Salute. First thing I want to address, my brother sent me some information, which is something from Bill Simmons that we all knew. Bill Simmons said the biggest threat to the Boston Celtics was, guess who? The Milwaukee Bucks. That's common sense. He said the only thing that's been stopping the Bucks is exactly what we've been saying, is injuries. He said that we're the biggest threat to the Celtics, and that Bill Simmons is a hardcore Celtics fan, but he has common sense. He's not stupid. And I think the rest of the NBA isn't stupid either. We are the only team that can dethrone the Celtics. No other team can do it. It has to be us. It has to be us. And if we're healthy, I think we're the better team, especially after these moves. I want people to understand that we're already over the second apron. We have very little money available, and we still made tremendous moves to make our team better than last year. With even all the constraints that we have financially, the lack of draft capital, all of that. Yes, it might have been the doing of John Horst, but he has done a great job these last 2 years of acquiring some nice young pieces for this team and some veteran pieces. Because I think this year, getting Taurean Prince, value, getting DeLon Wright, great value. Gary Trent, over the top value at only 25. Signing a prove it contract, a 1 year to prove it contract. And I feel like if Gary Trent plays well this year, we're gonna sign him to a multi-year deal. I really think that's what's gonna happen. And I see a lot of people on the internet talking about the Bucks and they just need to play Giannis at the 5. It's just like, you can't start and just play Giannis at the 5. That's not how basketball works. Y'all get what I'm saying? The player has to be capable and willing to play at that position as well. And it's just like, yes, Giannis could play the 5, but it should be for stretches, not permanently. Because they think that's the solution to increasing our athleticism, is to put Giannis at the 5, which will help. But I feel like anything with Giannis at the 5 should be more of our death lineup. Like kind of when Golden State went small ball or something to that effect, then we could put Giannis at the 5. But besides that, I think Giannis should play at his natural position at the 4. And it looks like for the foreseeable future, unless something happens, that Brook is going to be our center. And I have a feeling now with Bobby on the bench, and then I think Tyler Smith is gonna get a lot more run than we think come this upcoming season, just because of his size and shooting ability. I think the Bucks believe in Tyler Smith. I have a feeling, because I haven't heard any real rumors about them looking for a big man or anything like that. I think they're gonna roll with Tyler Smith as one of our backup bigs. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section, friends and family, if y'all agree or not. And then let me just show y'all these numbers again, so we really understand where the Bucks are financially. Let me bring it up real quick. Hold on. All right, we got it. As you guys can see here, there's a lot of negatives for the Bucks. As you can see, the second apron maximum is 188,000. As you can see, we're at 195,000. So we're about 6,500,000 over the second apron already. So when we're talking about trades and all of this stuff, please keep this in consideration, that we're already in the second apron. So let's keep that in consideration. And now look, at the tax thresholds, and then look where we're at. The tax threshold is 170. We're at 193. Look at luxury tax bill repeater, 74 million. That's crazy. So we're in a tough spot here. That's what I'm saying as far as making moves. That's why I want Bucks Nation and friends and family to understand that, considering all of this, for our team to be better than last year is outstanding. It's outstanding, you guys. Our team is better than last year, even though we're in the second apron. We don't have any money left. We were still somehow able to maneuver and you know what I'm saying, sift through the foolishness and put a good team together here. A team that's scaring people. We got the defense now. We got some length we got wing defenders, what we've been crying for all the time. We got wing defenders now. We got on-point defender now. It's like, yo, this could be back the Bucks' heyday on defense. We were back in like the top 10, top 5 on defense with this team. And now, technically, I'll say this. With the team we have now, Brooks should be more effective if he just stops dropping too deep. If he stops dropping too deep, he should be extremely effective with this team. It should be shades of when Jrue Holiday was at the center for point. That's what I think. But I think this team is even better defensively because we have more people. And our bench is way better now. Our bench is way better now. Especially with the young gunners, the young Dobermans, as Mr. Cool calls them. This bench is better. This team is better. We're going to be a problem. As long as we're healthy. Shout out to Chris Middleton, Giannis, Dame, because y'all were all hobbled last year. As long as our big three, our AARP big three can be healthy, we definitely have a strong chance at winning a championship. The firepower of Dame Dollar and the Greek Freak alone is a lot to handle. That's a lot right there. You have two legit superstars. Legit. And I know we lost in the first round, but let's not forget, Dame was going crazy on one leg. He was averaging 30-something, one leg, scoring it in a half. So we know that he hasn't lost it. And he was totally out of shape. So when he comes in shape this year, I expect him to be dominant. And then you already know Giannis is coming to play. Both of those two players can carry us very far. Then you put in Middleton, Lopez contributing, Gary Trent Jr. contributing, Taurean Prince contributing. This team, we're no worse than I think we're no worse than second in the East. If we're looking player for player, roster for roster, who else can you really say is better than us for a complete roster than the Celtics? And that's questionable depending. So I don't see this team finishing any lower than second with our current roster. Now, if we make a move or do something dynamic, it could be first. But we're no lower than second. And the reason I say that because the last couple of years, the Celtics and Bucks have been going tit for tat for games. So let's not do that. It's been tit for tat, and we haven't even been healthy with the Celtics. And it's been tit for tat. So the Celtics know what time it is with us. Now our defense is going to be better, and they have problems defending bigs. We know who our main ops are, and they know who their main ops are. This team right here, I wouldn't be scared of Miami, Indiana, Celtics, none of these teams, because I feel like we have enough youth to keep up with speed. We got a veterans mixed in there, and then we got people looking to get a big contract like Gary. I expect Gary Trent Jr. to have a career year this year. You signed a minimum. You betting on yourself. Oh, you gonna go hard. This is the perfect scenario for us. For us to get to that next to get another banner in Fiserv form. It can totally happen with this team. It'll just increase our chances depending if we make additional moves. We already have a legit shot to win a championship with the team as is. Even with players on the caliber of Pat Connaughton on this team, we still are capable of winning a championship. Now we can remove players as a Pat Connaughton and things like that. That will increase our chances. Because him being on this team is taking away minutes from a young player's development. He's already hit his ceiling. PC has already hit his ceiling. And I don't think we're re-signing Thanasis. So maybe Pat Connaughton, let's look at it this way for Pat Connaughton. Maybe he takes the role of Thanasis and just kind of talks to the young guys. He's going to be an extremely well-paid bench dude. Extremely well-paid bench dude. Because I think he can give some guidance to the young guys, give some pointers, how to play, what to look for, things like that. So I think he could be kind of a player coach for the young guys. So I think the young guys are going to get a lot of run this year, more than we actually anticipated, especially early in the season. I think early in the season that Doc Rivers is going to play a lot of the young guys to try to figure out who really has something, who really has some potential, who really can help this team. And as he figures that out, we'll begin to see that, because those players will start to get real contributing minutes. And I honestly think Pat Connaughton is not getting a lot of minutes this year, so I don't think we should be concerned about that. I think the jig is up on Connaughton, and I think that Doc Rivers understands that he can't be bamboozled anymore by playing golf with this guy, that he has to know that he is a below average NBA player at this stage in his career, and there's other players on this roster better suited for getting his minutes to help this squad. You feel me? So, like I said, let's just give Horace his props. We always bomb on him for what things he's done wrong. We got to give him his flowers when he's done things right. And considering everything that happened and what we have available, I think he's done a masterful job of navigating the free agency terrain to improve this team. And I also like, let me bring up the roster here. Is this the roster? Hold on. Just look at these, and this Stanley Umade move. A lot of people like this guy, so this could even be another player that's a development player that could come down the line and help us. I already think A.J. Johnson is going to contribute early. Tyler Smith early. Obviously, Gary Trent. Look, at these aren't expensive players. Some of these are young guys, free agents, and these are all be people that can contribute to this team. And I really like Ryan Rollins, too. I'm not going to hold y'all. I think Ryan Rollins should find a way to make this roster on a two-way contract or something like that. He was hooping in Summer League. He was really hooping. It would be a shame for him not to be on this roster in some shape or fashion. So I'm excited about coming to this upcoming season. I really think we got a chance to get back to where we need to be as long as we're healthy. Like Bill Simmons said, that's coming from a Celtics fan. The only thing that's been stopping the Bucks is injuries. And that's it. We're poised to make another playoff run. We're poised to make a deep playoff run and championship caliber run next year. That's my honest opinion. Let me see who's in the building. Oh, I already see Dr. Smith in the building. Salute, salute. Let me see you all here. Luke, I see you. Brandon King Carter, I see you. Chris B, what's good, bro? Gibson Nicholas, straight out of the Bahamas, what's good? My boy Luke, what's good? AB, what's good? Brandon King Carter, Tony Jackson, what's good? Jeff Riley, I said, yo, what up, Jeff Riley? Shout out to the OC. What up, Tim? My boy Timothy Hare in the building. I see you, Chris B. Trina, what's good? I ain't seen you in a little bit. Shout out to Trina. My boy Oliver Story in the building. What's good, bro? Daniel Orton, a.k.a. the Bleacher Report boss, a.k.a. the VP in the building. What's good, bro? Kid Trunks, what's good, famo? Daniel Joseph, what's good? Mr. Washington is in the building. Perma, what's good? Cartier Wells, what's good, bro? LaFonso Washington, what's good? The legend, Mr. Cool, is in the building. Salute, salute, salute. We're going to get in this comment section, see what everybody talking about. Shaquille Cross, what's good? Oh, Bucks and Four podcast was good. Okay, Ron's already on a two-way contract. Dope. I like him. I think he got some talent. Shout out to you, Bucks and Four podcast. You should tap in on the live when you get a chance, bro. Who else in here? Let's make sure I'm missing. Oh, my boy, King Keys. What's up, bro? I ain't seen you in a minute, fam. Salute, salute, salute. You're going to have to ride down on this at the gym soon, fam. Get to some of these comments. My boy Gibson Nicholas says, salute to the vice president of the chat. Salute, Gibson. My boy AB says, salute. What up, AB? My boy Luke said we need to trade Pat. I will trade him for a can of beans. Come on, bro. We got to figure out something with Pat, though, for real. That $9 million is really bothering me. It's really bothering me. My boy Brandon King Carter said, go Bucks, go, all the time. All the time. I'm going to open up the phone lines here in a moment, or the internet lines, whatever you want to call them. Just give me a minute. I just want to get through some of these comments. My boy Jeff Rice said, I said, yo, what up, Jeff? Timothy Hare said, it's about to be very scary hours in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Fear the deer, baby. Go Bucks. Absolutely, bro. Hey, they're not underestimating us. People know what's really good with the Bucks, bro. They know if we're healthy, we're a problem, bro. We're a real problem. We already showed the statistics, passed and showed the statistics and talked about it multiple times. How when we had our big three on the floor fully healthy, we were the most efficient team in the NBA, period. As much as we bag on Chris Middleton, when Chris Middleton is healthy and available, this team is dynamic. Let me repeat myself. I know that we bag on Chris Middleton, but when Chris Middleton is available and somewhat healthy, this team is dynamic. The stats show how dynamic we are. The stats show that we're dynamic. The main thing now is for us to find, for Doc to find a rotation is key. What young guys are going to get run is going to be key. How you're going to play Giannis and track Giannis minutes is going to be key. If it was up to me, Giannis would never play more than 30 minutes during the regular season. Unless it was a truly meaningful game, he should never play more than 30 minutes. It just shouldn't happen just because of his history. And I feel the same way damn near about Middleton. It should be like about 30 minutes max in the regular season. And we have a good enough team now where we should kind of be like the old Bucks, where we should get enough of a lead where these dudes shouldn't have to play that many minutes. I really think it's going to look like the heyday Bucks, where we put hands and feet on people early. Giannis playing like 27 minutes and having like 32 points. That's what I want to see again. Y'all remember them days? And I'm not just saying this because I'm a Bucks fan, but if you look at team for team and talent for talent, the Bucks are one of the most dangerous teams in the NBA. Top 5. Easily. I really want to say top 3, but you know, some teams have other names, so you got to give them some respect. But just on roster alone, we are in the top 5 discussion of teams to win the NBA championship. Y'all tell me I'm lying. We got 2 superstars, another star, and a wealth of talent around them that are not washed. And now we got to be positive. We see Chris Middleton is coming off to surgeries, but those were cleanup surgery. So maybe these are injuries that were plaguing him all season, and he felt the pressure from the podcast and friends and family to play through the pain to prove to us that he's tough. And he played it through, and now he should be back to normal. So I'm going to be hopeful and think Chris Middleton was playing through some pain. He got it dealt with in the offseason, getting those 2 ankles cleaned up, and he should be good as new coming into the season. And we should see Chris Middleton playing 60, 65 games. That would be ideal for me. If Chris Middleton plays 65 games, I think that's a win for the Bucks, and I also think that's a win for Giannis, because that means he doesn't have to carry as much as the load. So that is my goal for Chris Middleton. If he's playing 65 games, we should win maybe a shade under 60 games, right around 60 games. That's my prediction for us this year. Anywhere from like 53 to 60 wins. Easy work. Easy work. Y'all let me know if I'm tripping. 53 to 60 wins with this roster. That's my belief. I think we're that good. I think we can do it, y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Let me see what's going on. My boy Chris B said Bucks Nation. Absolutely. Trina said hi. Hi, Trina. Chris B said, I feel like we're between tier 3 and tier 2, honestly, just because of injury. Understood. There's validity to that. But I'm saying I'm speaking as if we're healthy. If we're healthy, we're top 3. We're tier 1 team, one of the top 5 teams in the NBA. If healthy. And I know that's a big if, but with our track record, but I will still say if healthy, the Bucks are a top 5 team in the NBA easy. Arguably top 3. Oliver Story said we want to be the championship material. They got to get another center. We still have time. We have a center now. We do have a center in Brook. He's just not the most athletic center in the world, but we do have a center. We kind of got a big with Tyler Smith, so I'm just not sure what the Bucks are thinking yet. But yes, we do need a big. My boy Matt in the building said, yo, what up, Matt? Kid Trunk said, I'll be the first one here to say to my Dale Murray is a better GM manager than John Hurst. I swear to God, till this day, I will stand on that. Okay. Salute to my man, Kid Trunks. My boy, Mr. Washington said, good evening, Chad. This might be our best supporting cast this far. These jabronis ain't like us. Can't wait for the season. Jabronis, fam? Jabronis? I like that. That was hard. Jeff Raleigh said, we still need to move Billy Hoyle for something. But somebody got to want Billy Hoyle, Jeff. We can't just trade it because we want to. Somebody has to want to receive the blessing that is Pat Connaughton. What I'm saying, a team should just want Pat Connaughton for what he can do for their community. Y'all feel me? He's such an asset to a community. I would think a team would want to trade for him just on what he can do for the community. He's a great guy. Hey, teams, that man does great things in the community. He's definitely worth the $9 million just on that alone. So if you offer us a first-round pick, let me chill out. Perma, what's good? Was telling my dad this year that they need to get younger and draft younger. I'm hyped. Yeah, even a team as is much better than last year. Facts. Chris B said Tyler Smith plays like a 3 more than a 4. He needs to get more physical, needs to get in the gym to be a solid 4. Agreed. But he can moonlight at the 4 though. So we're in alignment. He can moonlight at the 4 though. Cartier Wells said I like Tyler with Portis. I don't mind that either. Mr. Washington said I'm good with a salary dump for PC. I take nothing for him. Just take it. Hey, Mr. Washington, you don't want nothing in return, fam? Just, hey, y'all, go ahead. You good? Y'all don't want it? Nah. Y'all, hey, this is just, we just doing y'all a solid. Y'all go ahead. Y'all take Pat. Let him help your team. Mentor y'all young guys. Y'all good. And then when we need a favor, hey, y'all got us, right? Let me chill out. Damn, we steadily going in on dude. My boy LaFonso, what's good? What up, bro? Keep up the great work. I will, bro. Appreciate you. Gonna keep grinding here. Friends and family, bro. Friends and family. I'm gonna get this super chat from my boy Pass. Dr. Smith, I see you in the building. I'm gonna open up the lines here in a moment. What up, Bucks number 1? Pass said, appreciate the $5 super chat. I heard Detroit needs someone to help Big Sean and Eminem to build. Word, Pass. Word, Pass. Oh. Oh my God. Let me open up the lines here. Y'all already going in on people. I think we should all be excited about this upcoming season. Lines are open. Feel free to tap in. I think as Bucks fans, seeing what we went through last year and the atrocity of players that we had on this team, the Danilo Garinaris, hold on, my Bleacher Report boss tapping in. Hold on. Can you see me? You good? Bleacher Report boss, you good? All right. Let me tap you in. Let me tap in Dr. Smith. Let me make for his screen to come on. All right. Let's get it cracking. All right. Before we get going, let me sit back in my chair here. At your bottom left, you have the Bleacher Report boss, the VP in the building, Daniel Orton. To my right, you have the legendary Dr. Smith, straight out of the NO. Great now.
What's going on?
Great content. Shout out to
Mr. Smith.
Shout out to y'all. Shout out.
Happening, Daniel? How you feel, man?
All right, so
Good.
let's start. Let's start with the Bleach Report, boss. Then we go to Dr. Smith. Tell me how y'all feeling. I'm actually excited going into this coming season. I think we're already going to be much better than we were last year, and I think we'll be more exciting. I think we'll be faster. I think we'll be more athletic defensively. I think it'll be a complete opposite. I think we'll look completely opposite from what we did last year, especially defensively. We'll see a huge change. But go ahead, Bleach Report, boss.
Oh man. First of all, what's up, chat? What's up, Plus Nation? Um, I right now I feel compelled. I'm actually kind of excited to see what Jan's gonna do next weekend, the Olympics. It's gonna start next week.
Mm.
I remember we used to be all like, oh, I want him playing. And now I'm thinking about it more like, man, you know what? You be ready for the season if you play, these games. So I'm not ready for that.
And he'll be in
Um,
good physical shape as well.
Good physical
Already.
shape. Yeah, but I'll lead to your point when you first started live.
Mm.
A lot of people, YouTubers, are saying that people are underlooking the Bucks right now because of the moves they made. A lot of them like, oh, people are sleeping on the Bucks. I'm just laughing like we've been saying this for weeks. Like we said this for like a couple weeks after the moves been made. Like y'all got to listen to the episodes because we already talked about it.
Right,
And
yeah,
then
exactly.
like the Bill Russell saying when he said that the only a team that's affected against the Boston is Milwaukee. I'm like, I'm not surprised. You got a favorite out here every week. He knows it.
Right.
Every day he knows he knows it. He knows we the team that go against him. But when team don't figure it out the first year, and then you see everything going together like gelling, and see what Dame's doing right now. He's
Mm-hmm.
bringing in players like the excitement I'm getting right now for this Bucks team.
The most ridiculed Buck might have brought in one of the most important offseason acquisitions, low key. The most
Facts, facts.
ridiculed Buck, the Buck that everyone said didn't want to be here, hates the Bucks, hates Milwaukee, all of that fly stuff, might have brought in our biggest free agent acquisition. When is the last time we had a quality shooting guard? Let me know.
Not last year.
It's been years, bro. It's been
Man, it's
years. When is the last time we had a quality maybe you could call Dante DiVincenzo?
Not at the time though.
No, not at the
Now,
not at
time.
the
That's what I'm
time.
saying.
now, yeah.
Yeah, you follow me? So this is an automatic upgrade. We have a legit shooting guard that can play some D. He gonna have a career year. All players have a career year when they in a contract year. You think he took that money and that low of cash if he didn't think he was gonna get the bag at the end? He's no fool. He's gonna have a career year this year. Watch what I tell y'all for Gary Trent Jr. Go ahead, Bleach Report balls. Then we gonna pass it to Dr. Smith.
Me,
Yeah,
me.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, my bad. Oh no.
My
But
man
I was
got
gonna
stuck.
also want to say is they're talking about this Bucks team, going to that next level. But I'm also excited that see what Doc can do with full off season. No more excuses from on Doc. I don't hear no. I had no time. I had no time. No, you got time. You got time
He got
to
time
build.
today.
Yeah, you had time to build your coaching staff that you wanted. The low key get all the players that you wanted. And I'm thinking that I mean they had to get rid of all those old players out there that you really didn't need. But I'm really excited. I think that defensively, if they're gonna keep Brook, the drop coverage gotta be gone, and you gotta have Trent just running into the lane. If you get Brook in there, Brook stay by the hoop all day. Like Grimmer, like he's not even really ready to hoop that long. So I better not see that drop coverage this year. That gotta be gone. That gotta be out of the equation because that's been killing them.
Or it needs
But
to be adjusted how the drop coverage is executed, where there has to be a line in the sand, like you don't go below this point. That would have to be instituted.
what
Maybe
had to be,
you don't drop below the dotted. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't drop below the
yeah.
dotted. That way you're still physical and you're not allowing somebody to run in a lane and get rhythm. Because I felt like that was a big problem last year. Guards were killing us because they were allowed to get into rhythm. They were allowed you coming in getting floaters, the baskets start getting bigger for you, then you start shooting threes, then you got 40 at the end of the game, and you was a nobody before this game.
Yeah, I turned the light on, man.
Go ahead, bro.
Look like a
Oh,
V100. Not you know that midnight
yeah, yeah, yeah,
storm.
yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
remember
remember
that.
that? Yeah,
Damn, that's some old stuff. Go ahead,
I
Doctor
tell
Lee.
you,
It's on you.
that's old
Well,
school Milwaukee,
All
man.
right, that's old school Milwaukee. You might as well say the box. Go ahead, Doctor.
well, salute to you, Emma. Salute to Daniel. Salute to the chat. I hope everyone's enjoying good mental health. Um, yeah, it's a good part of the year. I think after the initial euphoria of these picks for me has worn off a little bit, and I'm actually getting into the picks themselves. I'm definitely pleased. Definitely pleased with who we got. I think it was an interesting question that you had posed. When was the last time that we had a good quality two guard? I think Dante has become that
Mm-hmm.
over the lifespan of his career. But I think someone answered in the chat what I would have said, which was Malcolm Brogdon.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
and how long ago was that?
Right.
That's
And
6 years or something like that.
I mean, we still have Bledsoe, right? And so
Oh
it's
my
been a
God,
minute.
bless him.
But
I,
that
He is
lets you know,
horrible.
though. But that lets you know how long it's been, and we're counting Bledsoe.
right.
Brogdon was legit. Brogdon was always legit to me. He just had injury problems. Brogdon was legit.
I love the way he finished, and I
Yep.
loved his mind game. I still think that he's an intelligent basketball player, even if his
Body is failing him.
exactly right. But I've always loved his mind for the game. I thought he was a very intelligent basketball player. I think for me, what I like about these guys, these are all substance picks, right? So I don't look at them as big major names, but they're as good as you can get when it comes to substance picks. And what I really like is some of the versatility that they give us. You know what I mean? And so we're all, myself included, we were all super excited when we got Gary Trent Jr. But I think I may be the only one to say this, but I'm low key excited for someone like a DeLon Wright because of his ability as a combo guard, right? That
Mm-hmm.
gives you versatility out on the wing, right? And so he can either play backup point or he can go alongside Damian Lillard, depending on who we have, backing him and play as your point of attack defender, because I do believe right now on paper he's our best point of attack defender,
Agreed.
even more so than Gary Trent Jr. I think
Agreed.
Gary Trent Jr.'s strengths would be his ability to steal the balls. He's got active hands, right? I do believe that he's got the ability to stay in front of people and even without the steals, play good defense.
Defense, yeah, make it hard.
But I think he needs to kind of pull that out of his memory banks because it's been a minute since he's done that. You know what I mean? I think he did that more in Portland than he did in Toronto. He's not an old player though. That's what I'm excited about. It's not like we're talking about someone like a Brook Lopez who has to think way back to the beginning of his career at this point, like 18 years and whatnot. Gary Trent Jr. is only like what 25.
25. He is 25.
Right, and so we're not talking about like a decade ago to find when you were a better defender, and I don't think he's a bad defender now. I think he's a better defender than Malik Beasley by order of magnitude, right?
Right.
You know what I mean? So he's just bigger, he's faster, he's got slightly more length. I think he's a little bit more intelligent. He's got better active hands.
I agree.
You know what I mean? And so that is what I'm liking. I like the versatility. I like the fact that we don't have to start Taurean Prince, because I do think that when Taurean Prince struggled for the Lakers last year is when they were depending on him as a starter.
Yep.
We don't need him for that, right? And so, if you are
Well,
able to bench either Jay Crowder that Jay Crowder couldn't be because he just was not there anymore at this stage in his career, I think we've definitely upgraded along the lines. I don't know if I'm ready to say that we're faster yet.
Right.
Because we need to I think we need one of our young guys to step forward. The good news is I think we can, though.
Right.
I'm really getting excited about AJ Smith, and I am excited about AJ Smith. I'm sorry. AJ Johnson, and I am excited about Tyler Smith, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I think we just need one. We just need one. This is like the Packers wide receiver core. We just need one, and we end up getting everyone stepping forward
and a player, just to add on to what you were saying, a player that we're not talking about that even had an impact last year is AJ Green. AJ Green shooting, even if he comes off the bench, is really going to help this team extending the defense. And he's another player like a Middleton. He can stop runs and start runs with shooting threes. Like if we're bleeding, he's in the game. He definitely can hit a three to stop the bleeding. Absolutely. Or he can hit a couple threes to kind of put a game, give us a cushion, give us a real cushion in the game. I like the intangibles that AJ Green brings. And I think when he's on the floor, you have to look at things differently, especially if it was, I know the defense wouldn't be up there, but if you have AJ Green and Lillard on the floor at the same time, your defense has to extend itself. The lane should just be wide open for Giannis. He should be able to do any dance he wants in the lane to score if you got them two out there, because if you leave them two open, they gonna kill you, especially AJ Green. That's what he does. So I think now just to piggyback off of what you said, Dr. Smith, is we have a lot more players that I would consider Swiss Army knives. They can do a little bit of everything. You can put them in all types of different predicaments, and they can yield a positive result. I think this roster we have, we're going to get a return on investment.
Yeah.
I personally feel that we're gonna get more than we wanted, and it would have been last year. And that's the part that really, support, really funny, because last year I was always getting. I remember I got mad about how Adrian never got in the game, and now everybody see why I was getting mad about him not getting in the game, because I knew he could play. I just could see it. And now you got guys that they brought in that can probably play, but it's like we got no money, but we got more value than we got last year. And that's the part that was funny to me. We got more value this year that have no money, and we've been everybody talking about it now than last year. The Bucks right now, once Dame comes back to see Giannis, and once Giannis comes back from the Olympics and hope everything go okay, it's gonna be fun to watch them. I mean, besides, Edgar Arenas talking about Africans like a dum dum. I mean, how dumb could he be?
You gotta think it's not about that. Y'all gotta think deeper. When people make these random takes, it's for clickbait. This is all about generating revenue. Some people are gonna say outlandish things just to draw attention to themselves, and it's gonna make you click the video. You gotta. It's a game here, bro. It's all this social media stuff is all WWE, bro. It's all wrestling. It's all wrestling, bro. It's all wrestling. But before we continue, a special guest has entered the building from the Bahamas. Our homie Gibson Nicholas, give it to the people.
What's happening?
Peace, love, and respect. Salute to Bucks Nation. Salute to the Godfather, Dr. Smith, a.k.a. the legend. Daniel, the Vice President. Amber, salute to you, the President of the chat. What's going on, guys? What's going on, Bucks Nation? Salute to everybody down there in the United States. Peace and love and blessing to all. I appreciate the content you guys spitting out. I like what you're saying. I love it. I love it. Let them talk as much as they talk. Let us fly underneath the radar. But I know that coming into this season, we are going to upset. A lot of big teams are going to get upset. For that, we're going to upset Philadelphia. They ain't going to get it together in that free season. It ain't going to wait like that. You need next season to get it together. It ain't going to wait like that, Amber. It ain't going to wait. Because you need time to gel together. Like, you remember how we had that disaster with Dame and Giannis? It didn't wait that for you. You got to give it that second year to get that chemistry going together. So one thing I looking for Milwaukee to do this season is two teams. I want the Bucks to get their revenge, and I want them, when we play them, I want us to beat them out the arena. I want them to get beat out the arena. That's number one. That's Indiana. I want us to get payback on them. I want us to get our payback on them. Number two.
I want to get him so bad. Tyrese Halliburton. That's the guy I want. That little grease smile on his face. I just want to get him.
Yep. And number two, Daniel, the Boston Celtics. All that talk Tatum them was doing, I want Giannis them to show them. It was only because of injury, Dr. Smith, what hampered us. The causes didn't get there. If we didn't suffer those injuries, they know they wasn't hanging that banner 18. No stray ENT know that if Giannis and Dame did not go down, Boston wasn't going to no finals. And any Boston fan in this chat, notice that we are the biggest threat to the Boston Celtics. Not Philadelphia, not New York. It is the Milwaukee Bucks got the size, the versatility to match up with Boston. Tatum and Brown cannot do nothing with Giannis. Al Horford, you need to go. You need cheaper you to retire because he can be 38. You can't keep up with a Greek freak. You need to retire. You need to retire. You need to go and retire.
Oh,
So
understood. But as we were saying, though, Gibson, I do think that this team is. I don't know what percentage, but I think we're significantly better than we were last year. I think we got rid of a lot of dead weight from people that didn't help us. Jay Crowder did not help us last year. Nope. Danilo Gallinari did not help us last year, and they had roster spots. Beasley was up and down. Pat Beverly had his moments. So we got rid of like 4 players that were just mid for the most part, or below mid, with players that are actually contributors.
Zero. You could say if you want just flat out zero.
I was trying to go your route, Dr. Smith. I'm trying to go your route of being cool.
He just went right the hell off.
Right. He is cut it short like nah. Zero. Like nah.
Zeros, but
zero.
Doesn't mean that they were bad players.
Right. They weren't good for us.
Yeah, it was bad. Like I think Jay Crowder had a good career. I don't think he has anything to be ashamed of or anything like that. He had some good between Miami and Phoenix. It's just that unfortunately by the time he came to Milwaukee, and you know they gambled on him and they lost, right? You know what I mean? They had hoped that he would recapture some of that he had in Miami and whatnot, and he was a zero. He was a zero. Thanasis was a zero. Danilo Gallinari is a zero. Pat Connaughton was a little better than a zero, not much.
Not much.
We keep going. Beauchamp was a zero for us. I think Ajax was a plus for us, but I think we needed more of him. We had a lot of zeros on the team. We had a lot of guys that
you could see it in the bench scoring. The bench scoring was atrocious. You could see it there. I mean, our bench scoring had to be some of the worst in the NBA. Wouldn't you agree, Dr. Smith? It had to be some of the worst in the NBA.
We had zeros to the bottom.
Go ahead, Dr. Smith, and then go to Gibson.
I think last was like an anomaly. We were like, that's why I don't get mad or upset when I see some of these the pundits and whatnot, the people who might be overlooking us, and you just have to know like human nature, right? So in the East, the Knicks and the 76ers are the new shiny object, right? Because they went out and they got the big.
I want to get on that real quick. Finish. I want to get on the Knicks.
Yeah, so I get it. And the last time the world saw us, we weren't looking at our best. So I saw this guy, this podcast, and I actually respect what they have to say most of the time. And when they were speaking on the Bucks, they were actually talking about how atrocious the defense is. Now, me personally, I can't get upset at them for not understanding context. If I were on the show, then I would say, all right, well, a couple of things that need to be remembered here. Firstly, when we started the year, we had a coach who tried to implement a defense that didn't work. Tried to implement a 4-3 defense when you have 3-4 personnel. It didn't work.
Right.
And so that dropped our average terribly, right? Once Doc Rivers got into the driver's seat, enough of the season had gone by that even when we, the fans, saw noticeable differences, by the end of the season, I think we went from 21st to 15th or something like that.
Right.
So for the average person who isn't a Bucks game to game, right? If all you're doing is stat watching, you're looking at us and saying, "Oh, your defense is terrible." And then we add on top of the fact how bad we looked against the Pacers. And I understand why people didn't think that our defense improved. Right. What I did like, though, for those of us who were watching the games on a night-to-night basis with no practices, just implementing subtle changes in the shoot-arounds, putting people in their rightful positions and having us play common sense basketball. We weren't even really doing anything extra or exotic on defense. So, you know what I mean? We didn't have guys who were like jumping in the passing lanes a whole lot. We were just having guys
any athleticism
play just straight up intelligent basketball. Yeah, you know what I mean? And that made the world of a difference. So for me, what I am cautiously optimistic about, cautiously because a lot of this is going to depend on our health, is what we're able to do when you have the benefit of a full camp and a training staff that you trust that can implement the defense from Jump Street that you want to run. That we don't have to retrain people out of bad habits that they've gotten into because of the previous coach. I still to this day don't really know if Adrian Griffin's defense has any merit. I just know that it absolutely didn't
Right.
work in Milwaukee. That's another
Facts.
zero. That didn't work at all. That had the defensive player of the year runner up looking like one of the worst defenders in all of basketball. And I don't know if that was more Brooke or more Adrian. So I think there's a lot of questions that are going to be answered, I think, going into this year. And I think that we are more versatile and able to answer some of those questions, right? We have more intelligent defenders, if nothing else. Because we had dudes who were just like, I got tired of seeing Marjon out of position where he's completely lost space
Right.
on the court. I got tired of seeing Malik Beasley go so low in his stance that it's like he needed a pulley system to get up out of his stance and chase players around picks. I got tired of seeing Malik Beasley again get stuck on picks and just stay there. Like he would get picked, and then the dude who was picking him off is like they would stop and have a conversation. He just stayed there. Like, how many times did we see that? Like, you know what I mean? I got tired of quite honestly, I'm gonna say it, seeing Damian Lillard just not do anything defensively. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so we have some other answers. We definitely have guys with more active hands, if nothing else, right?
Right.
I'm
And they
ready
can
to
switch.
see.
And they can switch. We were getting killed in switching on defense last year. Absolutely annihilated in switching. I think this team that we have now will be a lot more effective in switching, just because of the youth and athleticism alone. Not, but then you add on top of that some of these players come with defensive prowess already. Like I said, I see nothing less than a top 10 defense currently, healthy.
Hope so.
Yeah, you just need an intelligent hand to push people in the right direction. I'm hoping that I'm forgetting his name now, but it's the bald guy that Doc had. He brought onto the onto his staff last year.
Buckner. Is that Buckner?
No, well, it might. I'm saying no, and it might.
I think it might be Buckner.
I'm hoping he's our Jeff Hafley. Right?
Okay.
You know what I mean? And just intelligent direction, intelligent stewardship of your defense, right? I don't necessarily need a game ender. I see what Chris Middleton does, and Chris Middleton isn't athletic at all. But I like when Chris Middleton will, for example, close out to a three-point shooter, not go for the razzle-dazzle or whatever. Like, he'll make you shoot over him. He'll use his length. He'll use his body. He's a smart defender. That's what I want. I want intelligent defenders. Of course, I want guys who are athletic and who can do a lot of different things and whatnot. But what I want to return to the Bucks is common sense and intelligent basketball play. And I do think that our IQ raised with some of the picks and with the benefit of an offseason with a coach that knows how to coach. You know what I mean? And so I'm excited about that for sure. For sure.
All right, let's do a round robin. Then I'm gonna pull a pass in here real quick. So go ahead, Bleach Report, boss, and then go ahead, Gibson.
Now
one second. Let go ahead, Bleach Report, boss. Then you, Gibson. Hold on 1 second. Go ahead, Bleach Report, boss.
I'll say that with the trying to avoid the Knicks, I don't think the Knicks is really gonna be that good. Everybody's gonna be because they mostly scoring. They're not gonna be like a defensive team like everybody think they're gonna be. I don't think they're gonna do that, but their bench is not really good anymore. They lost the other center to them. I think the Mavs got them. They're
Isaiah
gonna get back.
Yeah,
he's gone, and now you really have it for bench. So I think it still be the top two, the Boston and Milwaukee, and then 76ers, then the Knicks. But I think 76ers picked up Reggie Bullock.
He ain't
Reggie,
nothing but a
he
Jay
got by
Crowder. He
Reggie,
ain't nothing but a Jay Crowder. Don't even worry about him. He ain't
just
nothing
a
to
guy.
worry about.
But anyway, the point is, I think the Bucks are number 2 right now until they probably can take Boston down. But I think they're still top 2 in the East right now until otherwise. Because until we healthy, and somebody beat us, then I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. But I don't see it. So other than that, that's all.
Go ahead, Gibson.
my concern is I am very excited of what we have. I am very happy. I am so excited that we got guys we could defend. Jalen Brown and Jason Tatum, we could throw multiple guys at them. And my assignment is this season I want for Giannis to do. I want him to guide the team's best player. Have that Michael Jordan mentality. Tell Doc Rivers you want to guide the team best player. Guide the team best player. Don't run from the assignment. Take on the assignment and guide the team's best player. Otherwise, I am happy what we got. But one more thing, Amber, I just want them to bring back those jerseys what we used to wear back in the days. Those red and green ones with the red one with the green stripe. I want
Oh,
them
you
to bring
talking
them
about
back.
the Michael Red jersey, or maybe
Right. I want them
the one for Giannis rookie year. I have that one, but I think you're
right.
talking about the one that's red, the flip flop. But yeah, those were hard. Yeah, those was hard. Those were
I would
hard.
I want
one
them
with
to bring those guys over.
I love
Salute,
All
peace
right,
and love to Bucks Nation. All right, take
all
care. Peace
right.
out.
Appreciate you tapping in. Let me tap in. Pass. Appreciate you.
Salute, give salute.
Salute. Shout out to the
Always a pleasure.
Bahamas.
All right,
Salute.
Dr.
All
P.
right. Let me tap in.
Yes, sir.
Pass here. Pass straight out of Jersey. What's good, sir?
Tatum, big man.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you all good.
Okay. My camera probably looks a little bit off right now. I don't know why.
Oh, it's clearing up now. No, you getting straight now.
Hold on. Let me just
You gotta
adjust
let the
a little
zoom
bit.
kick in.
It's not the zoom, it's the angle.
Oh, the angle. Okay, yeah. Let my boy get right. Let my
I think
boy
it's
get
good now.
right. All right, go ahead and cook, Pass. Go ahead and cook, Pass.
Go ahead.
I don't know about you guys, but I feel a lot better this year about what we've done so far. Because every single thing, all the dead weight we got rid of mostly. We have
Mhm.
one dead weight here on this team. I need him gone though. I'm telling you, I'm serious. Yo, Detroit needs some houses. Pat, you got a great job there. Like,
I
we
think the
seen what you
problem
did. We
with
seen
the
what you did.
Bucks is that they play our guys so long that by the time we are ready to move them, they've completely depreciated in value. And so it gets to the point where
Mm.
I don't know who in their right mind would take back.
No, that's a
I
valid
don't
point.
know
Go
who in their
ahead.
right mind would take. Who never
No,
so the time
with
to
the
trade
Bucks.
someone is not when they absolutely can give us nothing anymore. The time to trade is when you are good at forecasting the future and you see the decline about to happen, and so you decide to move that player on to a team that can use that person's talents more than you can. Our problem is that we watched Pat get to the point where he could not give us much of anything anymore. We sat there and
That's a
we
great
watched it,
point.
and they kept putting him out there, kept putting him out there. Pat, once upon a time, was one of the major contributors on the team. That's why I don't want to. I know I've definitely had in my moments when I'm jumping up and down on his forehead and whatnot. But once upon a time, he gave us something. You know, him and Dante DiVincenzo together, I used to call them the Wonder Twins because they gave us a lot of similar
No
things.
joke. Pat Connaughton was our AJ Andre Jackson Jr. in his prime.
Yeah.
He was our
22,
Andre Jackson Jr. in his prime with shooting, but he could shoot the three. He used to get all the loose ball, the blocks. Remember that? Dunking and all that? Like, Connaughton was...
He was in the position. They called him
Bro,
Billy Hoyle
I'm telling you. Connaughton in his prime was a solid contributor on any... He would be solid on anyone's bench. It's unfortunate now he's well past his prime. He's well past his prime.
You know what Pat needs to do? He needs to bring back. He needs to bring back that long hair he used to have in Portland. You guys seen that photo?
No, bro.
Oh.
He needs to bring that back. He needs to bring back the long hair. Shout out to Mr. Cool.
Ain't nothing gonna save him, bro. He shot, bro. He shot, bro. But we appreciate his contributions. He's part of, he's a member of the championship team. He'll always get my respect. But
yeah,
In the words of Nino Brown, your services are no longer needed in the community.
He should have been traded like after 22.
Yeah, that was it. Yep, facts. The year
This
after the
is a-
championship we got put out, that's when he should have got moved. Facts. I'm with that.
He was good in against the Celtics in that series. It's literally just him and Giannis.
Yeah.
That's really it. Like if you look at I think the field goal percentage for everyone, Giannis was inefficient for his standards, but he was literally the only offense. Drew was shooting terribly out there. That's why we wanted him gone. And then Pat was our second best player. That lets you know how bad it was.
Right, yeah. Pat has had his moments, though.
He had his moments.
Like 4 years back, Pat was legit.
Even last year, even 2023, that one game he had against the Heat.
Yeah,
like, he was cooking.
Yeah.
We were all like, "Yo, is he back? Is he back?" And then he went right back to
I was at that game. That was game 2 in Pfizer, and we won by like 25 or 30 points, then win again.
This has been the Bucks' problem, and Mr. Smith, you hit it on me. And I'm gonna say what you gonna. I say you should probably say after that. The Bucks wait till the players are not in their prime to get them. Like we get them after they're done with their prime. But most of the times we get them after they're just dust. They're done. And I wish times that now you see the Packers. They're getting these the players. They got Josh Jacobs at his prime. They get the safety from the Giants as prime. All the players the Packers are getting are either young or at their prime, and that's what the Bucks need to start doing. They gotta get players that's on their prime, and after they're done, you gotta get rid of them. But that's too much loyalty.
The Bucks' problem is loyalty to players. The Bucks aren't cutthroat. They have a lot of loyalty to players, which isn't a bad thing. But when you have that type of loyalty, things like this occur. Like I stated, if you wanted to be for real about this, like I said, after Brook Lopez had that season where he almost won Defensive Player of the Year, he should have been put on the block. He had ultimate value at that time. He should have been put on the block.
Could have done a sign and trade right there.
Yep, sign and trade. Same. If we were trying to move Middleton for real, we could have did a sign and trade and got rid of Middleton if that's what we are on. So that's what's making me believe even more that I think that we're not trading Lopez. I think it would have to be a very lucrative offer for us to get rid of Lopez.
They put a first-round pick on him. Right there, you knew you were going to trade him. You put a first-round pick on a 36-year-old player. I don't care if you put Michael Jordan right there. Nobody's going to trade a first-round pick for him.
We never thought we'd see a person like Jay Crowder get traded for 5 second-round picks either.
The thing is, you could get a first-round pick for him, but it wouldn't be a first-round pick that's high value. It'd be a first-round pick from like a championship team, like a first-round pick from maybe like Minnesota or something like that. Like, yeah, you could probably get that.
But what is that going to help you? They're gonna finish. Yeah, they're gonna be.
That's not going to help you at all.
Right. We need a first rounder from like Detroit. Go ahead, Dr. Smith.
I was just going to say that's part of it, right? Is that what is your plan if you're trading for a player? Are you trading to get a player right here and now? Because if that's the case, then the market isn't really yielding any results that would be beneficial to us. Like, you know what I mean? Like we trade away Brook, but who are we getting back in the immediate time? That's not a favorable trade to us more often than not. A lot of the time in football, for example, you see a lot of people trading for picks. That's almost, you know what I mean, where a lot of teams are more willing to do because they are always in a place of building for the future. Let's use our Packers for an example, right? Sometimes you see people trade away for players. More often than not, you see them trade away for picks because they never sacrifice the importance of that, the importance of keeping youth coming into the team. I don't know that the Bucks do that very often. So right now, it's just not really beneficial for us to do it because you're not going to get a return on your investment. You know what I mean? Like you said, the time to trade Brook has gone by already. Now at this point, you're taking a loss doing it. You know what I mean? You're cutting your nose off to spite your face at this particular point. So let's make use of him. Let's see what he looks like in a more common sense run defense. Let's use him more intelligently, cut down his minutes, and let's see what we can get out of that in that way. You know what I mean? Because you're just not going to get a return on your investment. I mean, I love some of the moves that our GMs made. But I mean, it isn't perfect. He's not batting 1,000. You know what I mean? The Jay Crowder one really set us back because that is
Correct.
how many. But absolutely,
The Jay Crowder one's bad, but there's the Ibaka one that was way worse to me.
Oh yeah,
That Ibaka one pissed me off so much when he did that.
but I understood. It ended up bad. I understood the Jay Crowder one. How many picks did we lose? Like the
5
but I
second
understood.
rounders.
I
Was
understood
it?
the Serge Ibaka one, and yes, in hindsight, with the benefit of that a hindsight 2020 vision, that ended up being bad. Yes, you know what I mean. Especially when you consider who Dante DiVincenzo turned out to be. What I do remember at the time was Dante used to have this problem where he was almost too fast for everything else. He would get to the rim at breakneck speed and could not consistently finish. And we were talking about wide open missed layups all the time. I distinctly remember screaming at the TV more than once at Dante DiVincenzo at just playing basic basketball. Just lay the ball up, bro. I don't know what it is you're doing. Just lay the ball up. Now, all of the common sense utilization of his speed are things that he got with other teams. So he went with Golden State, and he's got really good. Whether it was in Sacramento, I think he went to Sacramento. I think there was a stop in Sacramento somewhere, but particularly in New York.
Right.
New York is what they're getting from him in the Knicks. For the Knicks is what we would like to have gotten in Milwaukee. So at the time, I do get the pick because we were badly needing a big man. We didn't have Brook. Bobby Portis was getting tossed around. I understood the pick. It just did not pan out. The Jay Crowder one, oh my gosh. We gave up. That's like a mortgage of the future for someone who gave us zero. Like, he didn't give us anything. And that's up there with like the Ricky Williams trade away your entire draft for football.
God,
Yeah, that was crazy. Or
you
even
see
before
what
then, what about the Herschel Walker trade?
Yeah.
I don't know how many of y'all go back that far. Y'all look that trade up, the Herschel Walker trade. Y'all look that up.
I remember. I got some grades in my fade.
Yeah, that trade created the dynasty that you now know as the Dallas Cowboys. That's what happens when you draft properly. That's a perfect example.
Yeah. To what Daniel was saying before, I actually do think I don't want to short the Knicks on their potential. I do think that they have to figure out what they're going to do now that they traded Frankenstein away and there's no real menace in the center. I think he's actually played better for them than a lot of people gave credit for. I think they think that Julius Randle, even if he doesn't have length, is going to be strong enough to man the center. And maybe he does. I don't know. I think the strength of the Knicks, though, defensively is going to be with the same strength that the Celtics have, which is all of that length. They're going to have a lot of length. Yep, just those two players alone, Mikal Bridges and Anunoby, can hold hands and span the length of the floor. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just their arms alone, you still have Dante DiVincenzo, who's playing really good defense. You still have the brother who came over, and I'm forgetting his name right now just because my brain went blank. Josh
Hart. Yep.
They're going to be a menace defensively, and I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I want you to do all of that and then go get Tracy McGrady out of retirement, and then go get Michael Jordan out of retirement. Build up your team into Megatron. It does not matter, because what I want for us to do, and I can't tell somebody else how to fan. I know me personally, I don't really care who's got us on the radar, right? I want us to have that, keep the blinders on mindset. It's just business, right? We show up to games, suit, tie, black gloves. It's just business. Pop.
That was hard. That was hard.
And just move over, right? Because I think in the recent past, with all of the expectations for championships or whatever, with too much in the news, I think too many of our players care too much about how others think of us and whatnot. And it's look, us under the radar right now is perfect.
Right.
It's perfect. You forgot about us, so be it. I bet you remember by game 15. That's what I want. By game 15, and you like, what are these guys? That's the mentality that I want. And then when you do start to mention us, I don't want us to rest on our laurels, right? Because it's been too long since we've gotten past the second round. That's the other thing. You know what I mean? It's like kind of put up a shut up time for a lot of these guys. Now, yes, it has to do with a lot of it. A lot of it has to do with injury. But whatever the reason, we haven't gone past the second round, and it seems like forever.
Right.
So you know what I mean? Keep our head down. It doesn't matter who respects us and who doesn't. And the minute they're gonna tell us the Orlando Magic are better than us, okay, look, fine. Like I said, suit and tie, black gloves, pop, and just move on to the next job. You're a job. We don't even care what jersey we're playing at the end of the day. You're a job. On Tuesday, Thursday, we got another job. We'll take care of that. Saturday, we got another job. We'll take care of that. It's just business. It's just business. You know what I mean? And that's the mentality that I want us to have. Rediscover our business-like approach to basketball. Go out, take care of these guys, move on to the Celtics too. It's just business.
Yeah.
We don't believe in you being the champion, but we could show you better than we could tell you. That you know what I mean?
You know what else I want from the Bucks this year too? I really want us to protect home court. Yeah. That's important to me. I really want us to have one of the top 5 records in the NBA at home. Home should be our sanctuary. It shouldn't matter who we play. We should feel confident we could beat anybody at home. I really want us to have that home court advantage again, because it was there for a while where teams knew they came here, you might get shot out the building. I want that feeling back. And I think with the current roster, we have a chance to get back to some of those, the heyday of the regular season that we had under Budenholzer with a completely better coaching staff, in my opinion. I think one of the underrated things with the Bucks this year is our coaching staff is really deep with quality coaches, not just people that have been around the Bucks organization for a while. These are head coaches, former head coaches, top assistants. Like, this is the low-key elite coaching staff we have. We have all the makings of a team that's going to make a very deep run in the playoffs, if not a championship run. All we need is health. I think we have the tools. If it's possible that we do something dynamic before the trade deadline, that's cool. But I think the team as is extremely formidable. And I think this coaching staff will make us dramatically better. And I don't even think we're understanding the impact of Darvin Ham. I think Darvin Ham defensively, familiarity with the team, now having the experience of a head coach and being in the situation of coaching the Lakers, he's going to come back with a lot of knowledge. He is going to be a great asset for the Bucks. Outstanding asset. That's like having 2 head coaches.
No, even with the Darvin Ham thing.
Yeah, go ahead, pass.
Yeah, with Darvin Ham, since we had him here, they all know him really well. So we had that. Darvin Ham also gives us that mentality thing too that they all wanted. We lacked that a lot last year.
Yeah, that toughness, that dog.
Yeah,
yep.
That's something that he gives that a lot of coaches don't really give you.
No, I agree. Go ahead. Go ahead, Bleacher Report boss.
The Lakers did us better when they let Darvin Ham go. They put him as a scapegoat. Darvin Ham took the Lakers to the almost to the finals. And I'm like, they let him go. I'm like, as soon as I see the Bucks got him back, I'm like, let's go. Like, soon, I missed the Darvin Ham. I really did. Like, when he was there, he had that defense. We was top 5. Like, yeah, everybody was
right. The only thing that would have been perfect is if we could have brought back Terry Stotts. I know he ended up going to Golden State. I get it. But if we would have got Terry Stotts and Darvin Ham, I would have known our offense would have been fire and the
I feel bad for Terry that he's worked. I feel so bad for Terry that he's working with Steve Kerr. That man is gonna make him run three guard lineups each time. Steph is out there in hell right now. Free that man. You see what he's doing in the Olympics, man. Why is he the head coach? Let Spoelstra do that. Don't make Kerr do this anymore.
These big games, I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm putting money on it. Don't be surprised you start seeing the U.S. losing a lot of these games because
they almost lost. What was the team they almost lost to?
Deutschland, Germany.
No, before that. The one before that.
Was it Serbia?
Where Thon Maker's from. No, the one where Thon Maker's from.
Oh, I don't remember where Thon Maker's from. I just know Thon Maker. Thon Maker older. He the oldest person that I know. Thon Maker might be 60.
South Sudan. They've only almost
it was South Sudan. They lost, but they lost.
Yeah.
They only won from that game was way too close. It was 101 to 100. You only won by a point.
Facts, Mr.
And it was from a game winner.
It's going to be tight this year. I don't like. Don't be surprised we saw the team lose these games because they're not going to be dominant. They're going to be facing teams that's hungry. They've never been in that spotlight before. They want to play, gonna be fast, different rules. And you see all these all the players from the USA, they're gonna miss a lot of shots. They're gonna miss shots. They want to just shoot. They want to jump shot. They don't want to get to the hole until the last 5 minutes of the game. I'm like, well, you should have did this at the beginning of it. Then you can start shooting your shots. And now they argue who's gonna be the. It's it's too much. Um, it's too much a ball, man. It's too much a ball. Like Amber always says that the Bucks been doing, but it's like this USA team. They want to like, okay, it's your turn. It's my turn. It's your turn. It's my turn. It's no function, and this is the problem. We put teams together that don't never know how they are or play together. When you
It's
go see guys,
the team is all talent with no real chemistry with each other. The
That's
best
key.
honestly, the best players that they have, they don't even play them. Honestly, Tyrese Maxey should be Tyrese Halliburton should be playing. His minutes have been going down each time.
I don't know.
They
I like the combo between when I've seen them anyway. When they have it's just because it's late. He went right out of my head. Dude from LA. I'm sorry. Their center.
Davis.
Oh, AD.
Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis is on the court when Bam.
No,
got
when
fired.
AD and Bam are there together, I like. But with AD
Yeah,
and
I like
Embiid,
them
that is
Yeah.
terrible for like spacing everything. Especially Embiid does not work in this type in FIBA rules.
Agree. He looks out of place on that
He
team.
does
right?
not work. In NBA, he's a great player, but in the FIBA, he looks like a role player.
That's a
why-
fact. Great point.
I don't know why he's messed up. I don't know why he's playing. That's part I don't get. Like you supposed to have like surgery or something, or he heard it. I don't know why he's playing. And then most likely, if he's not coming off the bench, him and AD ain't together. They both ball dominant. So you need one of them to have the ball. So what the other guy gonna do? Stand around and look around? Like that's what the
I,
camera.
I think Embiid has a place on the team. I just don't think it's as a starter, right?
He
So
should-
I think
yeah,
he's
he
like
sh-
Bobby Portis, right? So if so you have a more free flowing lineup, I would start. I was listening to somebody else make this point. I would start Anthony Davis in this starting lineup because it allows them to remain more free flowing. But if you go to the bench and you have Anthony Davis and you got Anthony Davis, you got
Anthony
Embiid,
Edwards. Oh,
and then you have Ant together. I don't know who stops that. Like, you know what I mean? If we now streamline our offense, you got like Derek White coming off the bench and whatnot, and like those guys. So if it's role players around Embiid and Anthony Edwards, there's no team in FIBA who's going to stop that with your support players. There are barely guys who could stop that. There's no one who could stop it if it's that as far as your starters. I just think Embiid with those guys is out of place because he's going to get the ball and kind of do his power thing, which doesn't really work with the players that you have, right? So it's about fit. It's fit. That's a point that I was going to make about this Bucks team, right? Because I was listening to these other guys. They made a good point, right? The top 20% of the players in the basketball in the NBA could probably play with any team in any system, right? The bottom 20% are barely holding on to their NBA careers, right? And so that middle percent where the majority of the players play is going to depend on what system they go to. They may go to a team that doesn't utilize them very well and they look like terrible players.
Listen to the
and they can go somewhere
introspective, ladies and gentlemen, friends and family. Dr. Smith is cooking. Carry on, sir.
I appreciate that, right? So they could go, and this is the same thing for coaches, right? They can go to certain places and it brings out the best in them, and they can go to other places and they become forgotten about because they don't know how to be utilized, right? What I like about some of the moves that we've made, and all of this is obviously us hoping, is that Gary Trent Jr. returning to Damian Lillard's side puts him in a place where he's played at his best defensively, right? So when we last saw him play his best defensive basketball, it was as a running partner to Damian Lillard, right?
Yep.
DeLon Wright's best utility, in my opinion, is as a point of attack defender. That's what we need. That's exactly what we need. You know what I mean? Taurean Prince, we're not asking you to be a starter, We're not asking you to be our third option. We're asking you to be an improvement on Jay Crowder. Right time, right team, right situation, right? What does
Hey,
Torian Prince
hey,
do? You look at his highlights when he's at his best is going into a corner, catch, shoot. Catch, shoot. What team in this league is better at setting you up for catch shoot opportunities when you have someone like a Giannis or someone like a Damian that has so much gravity, but particularly Giannis, who has the most gravity that I've seen maybe ever. Like, he sucks everyone in, because if you don't commit bodies to the paint, it's an automatic 2 points.
The only team I can think of is Denver. But that's only because of Jokic is passing.
Right.
Only other team I can think of.
That's fair.
And so, and I'll agree to that. So it's a violently pulling motion, right? He's going to pull people into the paint immediately, because Giannis could do this all game. He doesn't get tired. We all know Giannis, right? So if Torian Prince, if this is what you do, is catch and shoot, you're going to have some of the best opportunities to do this that you've maybe ever had in your career. Just catch and shoot. I'm not asking you to be anything more sophisticated than that. Just do what you've done when you're at your best. Catch, shoot. I'm not asking you to pull off any high.
Stay in your lane.
Yeah, we don't need him to elevate at all. You just need to be the same you were in LA, the exact same. And you're not going to be a starter. You'll be with Bobby Portis on the bench, and that's perfectly fine because you're going to be behind Chris. You're going to be behind Giannis. Like, we don't need to worry about that.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, go ahead, Dan.
This sounds like when Holiday went to Boston, because
A little bit, yeah.
And this is when we LA got to do all this stuff here. Here we like we don't need to do all that. We need you to play your role, do your job, be good. And I'm like, wow, this sounds just when Drew went to Boston. Like reverse. Like, we don't want him to do anything different. I mean, special or anything. And then, like, knowing what Birmingham knows about him, he already gonna tell coach how to use him and utilize him.
Yeah, that's a great point. He's gonna know how to best utilize Torian Prince coming from his system. That's a great point. That is a great point.
Yeah. We're not Rashawn Gary. We're not asking you to drop in the coverage. Right. We're not asking you to come over and stop the run. All I want you to do is go decapitate the quarterback.
Yeah, just get pressure. Collapse the pocket. Even if you don't get the sack, collapse the pocket.
And just now, I got a page on my phone. It's 9:45 at night. Rashawn Gary just sacked somebody else in training camp. I know this is not a football chat. I don't know if you guys have been watching, right? Rashawn Gary quietly is looking like a maniac. That's all I'm gonna say. If ever
no. Hey, that's don't even trip. Soon as Jordan Love signs the dotted line, we are going live that day. That's what I'm waiting on for the next Bucks podcast, Packers podcast. I'll just wait for Jordan Love to sign that contract. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Y'all homie that came in the chat. Y'all homie is here. Hold on.
The Payne Pritchard, huh?
What do you want?
Hey, Patrice Goldberg, what up? I saw you in the chat too. What up? Max Yeager. RJ back, what's good? Let me get to my boy. No Strays ENT, appreciate the $4.99 super chat from our favorite op. Peace to the panel. Bucks paying Doc Rivers, Darvin Ham, Adrian Griffin, Anthanasis. How many coaches Giannis need to beat Peyton Pritchard? What are we doing right now?
Wait, what? We're not even paying Thanasis right now.
That was just sauce on the end. That was just sauce. I know what he's doing.
What does he know? What does he know? Does he know that Doc's gonna hire him as an assistant coach or something?
Enjoy it. That's all I'm gonna say. Enjoy it, because I'm coming for the push-up.
Hey, we coming. Like Deion Sanders was saying, we coming.
We coming.
Enjoy it. Enjoy it right now. Enjoy it. That's what I said. I'm New Leaf. I'm not even getting into it with other fan bases. We can't be on. I'm not doing it. It's just business. It's just
yeah. We just gonna whoop y'all, and y'all just gonna take it.
But straight, you know it's bad when your own fan base are after know that we're gonna be getting this year. That's your own fan base. Like, yeah, they're their team, man. Yeah, they're gonna get us. I'm like, we know. We already know. We said
every single Celtics fan I've talked to, they have all said the biggest threat to us is a dominant big.
Agreed.
That has always been the case, especially with Porzingis' health issues. All you have is Horford.
Correct.
That's just not going to be enough. Like it could work for Embiid because Embiid in theory could be strong enough, but he's usually not healthy. Does not work for a Giannis. Even a Randall in some cases because Randall knows how to use his size.
Yeah,
I'll go you one step further, right? For me, yes, I think obvious. I don't think Porzingis is tall, but he's not. He has no mass on him, right? So you can lean on him. You can. I think that's a weakness, but I think the low key, the weakness for the Celtics is an intelligent player like Chris Middleton. He hurts them. That's
Mhm.
they are afraid of him. The problem with Chris Middleton is always going to be his health. Like so, right now, one of the things I'm worried about is yes, okay, so he had these cleanup arthroscopic surgeries apparently in the off season, right? And they said that he's going to be ready for the start of the season. But to me, what does that mean? What does that mean? Does that mean that he's going to be ready for the beginning of training camp?
Right.
You know what
That's
I mean?
actually my concern too.
I read that he's going to be ready for the beginning of the season.
The season means
Here's my
game
thing
1,
with
game
that.
2, game 3.
Right. So here's also my thing with that. And of course, and I love Chris Middleton's mind for the game. And I love what Chris, I will always respect Chris Middleton. Like I said, he was the adult in the room in that Pacers
Right.
series. The man damn near did it by himself, right? So any negativity that was aimed in his direction, it's like it's shaking erase because he did that damn near by himself. He was Superman in that series. It just wasn't enough, unfortunately. That being said, one of the criticisms that I've had about Chris Middleton is his fitness. I'm not talking about his injuries. I'm talking about, no disrespect,
he's
some of his
fat.
body fat percentage, getting up and down the court, being able to, you know what I mean? Like that kind of thing. This is not me body shaming or anything like that. This is him. You're a professional athlete now. Are you in as are you in the best shape that you possibly can be? I know that one of his excuses was that in years past he couldn't ramp up because he was dealing with injury. Well, here we are again. Are you able to get in the gym and drop the LBs with 2 recovering ankles? And if that's the case, when you suit up, are you going to be? You might be healthy enough as far as your joints, but are you going to be able to get up and down the court because you haven't been doing wind sprints and all that kind of stuff to get back in? You're getting older. It gets harder. I know. I'm in my mid-40s. It happens. It's not as easy as it used to be. Are you doing this? I hope that he is. You know what I mean? Because that sets us behind a little bit. Now, it's not the worst thing in the world because you can ramp up over time.
But this is another hindrance to us getting chemistry and continuity before the season starts. And
Yes.
whenever it is something, it's always Middleton.
And
It's
you always
always
It's the
We gotta
two-man
ramp
game that we need to work on mostly with Giannis and Dame. Because Giannis and Chris, I'm not worried about. We've seen it enough.
they have
That's
good
already set.
chemistry.
It's
I'll
not
say
going to get
that
any
they have
worse.
good
It's not going to get any better. Like, that's already
Chris,
set. But Chris
I'm not
and
worried.
Dame need to get better together, and Giannis and Dame need to get better together. Those are the two things we need, especially.
But that's
I
how
agree.
much appreciation I have for Chris. Is that as well as Damian can play, and Damian is absolutely worth being on that top 75 and whatnot. But when it comes to efficiency and just overall intelligent
IQ, yeah.
of the play, Chris Middleton to me is the smartest player that we have. As far as getting people in the right ball at the right time and you know, taking efficient shots and whatnot, he's the smartest player that we have. He hurts the Celtics, but it's when he's healthy. And that's where we keep letting him off the hook, is that it's that part. You know what I mean? And so I'm not going to lament. I'm just going to hope. I'm going to be cautiously optimistic that he's going to be ready to go and that we have enough bullets in the clip outside of him that, you know, because to me, a Chris Middleton on the court at the same time as a Gary Trent Jr. is something that I'm really excited about
Same.
seeing. You know what I mean? Damian Lillard on the court at the same time with the DeLon Wright, where I can actually like flex and I have a backup guard next to me that could cover some of my defensive deficiencies and whatnot, and I don't have to worry about like hand feeding you and whatnot because that's not your purpose on the team. So I can really go and open up. Sometimes I think we have that issue, like there's too much bandwidth on the court, and sometimes we need to kind of streamline it a little bit. So Damian on the court at the same time with some non-scorers, so to speak, so I could really open up like an Andre Jackson and Ajax. I'm excited about seeing something like that. All you got to do is catch and go up. I'll do all of the work. Just catch the ball and go up. You know what I mean? Be in the right place.
That's a great point.
You know, I think that's where Damian shines the most. You know what I mean? When there's a little bit too much bandwidth, he said it. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's hard to kind of get into your rhythm when the right play is always to give Giannis the ball. If you're in a fast break situation and Giannis is running, the correct play is to get Giannis the ball because no one still is stopping him. But if that's the case, then it can kind of take you out of your offense yourself.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And so I think that's why we saw him at his best, Damian at his best, when Brook was out there. Big body setting picks, and he doesn't need the ball. And Damian was able to kind of get into his rhythm a little bit more. Let's get the likes up for Chris Middleton. Let's do this.
Bro.
Is he wrong? Is he wrong though?
He's not wrong, but that shout out to those strays, man.
Look, there's a lot of things I can say about you. You are a funny man. I will say that. You are a funny man.
You can't. That dude is hilarious. I'm not going to even hold you. But let's do round robin. Then I'm going to get in the comment section. I'm going to tap you in a minute too, Brandon. Let's start the Bleacher Report boss. We'll go to pass and then end with Dr. Smith. Go ahead, Bleacher Report boss.
Oh man, Mr. Smith, you said it was about the fitness, and you got me thinking about one Packer player that couldn't stay healthy, couldn't stay weight. We were there talking about right now.
Who couldn't stay healthy, was always injured.
Jordy Nelson?
Aaron Jones.
Nope.
Not Aaron Jones?
He had weight problems. How about that? I'm gonna get it right there.
Who? Go ahead. Who? I can't think.
Eddie Lacy.
Oh, yeah, Eddie Lacy. Okay.
Lacy. Yeah. Oh, he's not that bad. He's all right. Yeah,
it's not bad. It got to the point Michael Carter told him if you don't get this weight frame,
yeah, but Middleton ain't at that level though. We're not gonna disrespect Middleton like that. He got the Paul Pierce build right now, where he's not fat, but there's no muscle definition.
Wait,
I would feel very confident. I feel very confident putting my frame up next to Middleton. I would feel very confident. You know what I'm saying? And that shouldn't be because he's a tier 1 athlete. But I would feel extremely confident in myself. You know what I'm saying? But again, Paul Pierce wasn't the most cut player, and he's a Hall of Famer. You know what I'm saying? Middleton just needs to be healthy. He does need to be in better shape, but he just needs to be healthy, period. And that weight will come off you, but he needs to be healthy. But go ahead. That's all I'm saying. Go ahead, Bleacher Report, boss.
Yeah, so all I want to say is that, now we pretty much we're going to set with this team. So I just hope that the chemistry gets better. Hope that the team training camp gets good once everything over the Olympics. I got a good feeling about the team.
Me too.
I'm just shocked at how we got these players at minimum deals because of everybody want to play with a championship team. Want to play with a championship team. And I'm like, that rub, it ain't gonna last that long. So you have to go with the pop is hot.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go get the championship this year. So I'm really excited for this year.
I appreciate you, Bleacher Report, boss. Go ahead, pass.
There's a lot that I'm excited for. I'm obviously gonna be worried for this season because injuries. If there's any injuries during the end of the season, the season's over. I'm sorry to say.
Mm-hmm.
But if we're healthy, you better watch out, Boston. You better watch out, Knicks.
Oh no, I can guarantee. I'm gonna tell you, you can book this comment. If the Bucks are healthy, playing Boston 4-2, and I'll bet on it. I'm telling you, 4-2. They're not a mentally tough team. They just had a cakewalk to the finals. It's not like they were ever tested or threatened. They're not a mentally tough team. They had fortunate things go their way, and they were able to close the deal. I gotta respect it. But now, if all these teams are healthy this year, let's see what Boston does. Let's just see. Go ahead,
Sixers. Yeah, Sixers, I ain't worried about y'all. I am never going to be worried about the Sixers. Paul George is cool. Last time Dame played Paul, ended in 5. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. Go, Dr. Smith, take us home.
I just feel like we have the tools, right? And the way that we lost last season, and some of the things that happened last season, I think would better prepare us because we have those lessons learned, right? So if we're doing the after actions review on what we did wrong last year, right? The defensive scheme that they tried to implement, which was tragic. Perhaps playing our big guys too many minutes, which led to them not being available to us at the end of the season. I think that's a course correction that we're going to make. Our wing defense was tragic last year. That was a course correction. Like we made a lot of errors last season, and I think if there's any silver lining around that cloud is that we don't have to learn those again going into this season, right? We know that we were bad on the perimeter defensively. We know what Brook looks like if we use him poorly. We know what happened to Giannis if we overextend his minutes. If Damian doesn't come to training camp in shape, right? If Chris doesn't come to camp in shape, right? If we don't have a deep bench, right? And so all of those things we've worked to fix. If there's not one united voice as far as the coaching staff, watching Terry Stotts and Adrian Griffin at the beginning of the season have that, Real Wives of Atlanta moment before the season even started, and he ended up quitting before the season even started. Like, we were just a mess the entire year, and I'm glad that they got all of that out of their system so that we could be a professional basketball team again with intelligent direction, ready to – I don't know where we are. I don't really care. I just know that people are going to know who we are. Come game 10, all of this overlooking us business is out the window, and we will have reminded you of who we used to be. And that's what I'm excited about,
You're right,
Hey,
man.
most
out
intelligent chat on YouTube. That's all I wanted to say. Carry on. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
You're right,
That's
Smith. He was out.
What you say? Go ahead, Bleach Report boss, before we adjourn here.
Been said with the fire. I mean, with the coach quitting, then the player tournament, then the player talk about the coaches. It wasn't never seen that in the books in years. Now that's
last season was 3 years.
Yeah.
So
and I think we got a chip on our shoulder coming in this year. I think we're gonna come out the gates hot and start putting hands and feet on people. I'm confident. I'm talking crazy.
I mean,
everyone on this team looks like they're taking this seriously. Like, they feel disrespected.
Thank you. Great point. Thank you.
I mean, you can keep on going with that train of thought, right? Because it wasn't just the players that were on the team last year, right? Gary Trent Jr. went to free agency thinking that he was going to get a lot more money than he did. He didn't. If the point is, if his objective is to go out and get a bigger bag, then we're the place for you to do it. Feature your talents here, and we'll find out. Right? Taurean Prince got blamed a lot for what happened with the Lakers. They jumped up and down. Oh, he can't chase Jamal Murray around the screen and whatnot. So he's looking to boost his profile. If that's what you're doing, then look no further. We're the place for you to do that, right? I said DeLon Wright to some dude who claimed to be a basketball fan. He said, who? Okay, DeLon Wright. If you were looking to boost your profile, then look no further than the Bucks to do it. So we have guys who were on the team last year who suffered through that mess that we became. It was a science experiment going wrong. We're now getting back to who we used to be. And for the players who were coming in, all of you have chips on your shoulder. Darvin Ham has a chip on his shoulder. They gave him the keys to the car, and then they took him right back after one season. And I actually think that that's probably best for him. Come on back home.
Right.
You know what I mean? Lakers want to have LeBron and his son over there. Good luck. Come on back home and be a part of a professional basketball team again. And that's what I'm excited about.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. No, I'm with you on that. Appreciate you gentlemen tapping in. Another excellent live. Are you not entertained, Bucks Nation, friends and family? Isn't this what you come here for? Educated commentary. Salute the Bucks Nation, friends and family. Let me get in this chat. I'm going to tap you in here in a minute here, Brandon. All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all.
Health.
Absolutely. All right. Let me tap in my man, Brandon. What up, Brandon? Can you see me? You good?
younger.
Before we get started, I gotta shout out Brenda. I met Brenda at Garfield Days this past weekend. So special shout out to Brenda. Brenda, you was cool as hell. It was nice to meet you. I didn't get I was looking for you, Patricia, but I ain't see you. It was a ton of people there, so I ain't see you. But shout out to Brenda. Met her in person, real cool individual. Shout out to the queens of the chat as well. Hey, you gotta turn the stuff down in the background, bro. Is the TV on? Yeah, you gonna mess around and give you a violation, bro. Come on, y'all. Hey, you should know protocol by now, brother. Come on now. Come on now. All right, go ahead, Brady. How you feeling? What you think about the team? And what's your confidence in going into next season?
Okay. I think this team is much better, much improved last year. And also, I think this team got younger, faster, and more hungry.
The last part I really agree with. I think this team is very hungry now, and I think they have a chip on their shoulder from getting. They got shamed last year. You get put out in the first round, that's shameful. I think they have a lot to prove now with all that happening. I really think the Bucks are gonna come out very, very fast. I can see them 10-1, 10-0 right away. I just think we're gonna have one of them years this year. Go ahead, Brandon.
And okay, I think I don't want to see no more mid-layer or dunk. That's one that I can't hear last season. We missed these 9-layer dunks. You know what I'm saying? Because I think we just got some athleticism, but I hate that last season we missed a 9-layer dunk.
I'm mad about our defense last year. Hey, Brandon, we about to be way better. We got rid of so much dead weight. It's nothing but up because last year our bench was at the complete floor. It couldn't have got no worse than last year. And with these moves, I think we'll have one of the better benches in the NBA as far as production.
And I think Dame and Trent Jr. will have that chemistry together.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I still want to see Dame and Giannis to get that chemistry going too.
I think that's gonna be an emphasis once training camp starts.
And good thing in Dame too.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not too worried about Chris. Chris know what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? It's Dame and Giannis that got to figure it out. Giannis and Chris haven't figured out, but Dame and Giannis need to figure it out. So I think that should be an emphasis going into training camp. In my opinion, that should be an emphasis.
I think we're gonna see a lot more run. A lot for our young guys.
Right.
Because we always know what AJ Green can do.
No, exactly. But I think that he's going to even have a bigger role this year, and I think his shooting is really going to help our offense a lot as far as spreading the floor. I think he's really going to help us a lot. And I think Tyler Smith is going to play dividends as well. I'm just really excited, Brandon. I think I feel a lot better with this team this year than I did last year.
I'm 100% confident in this team because I put in the chat. This team is knocking over. I said this team can win the championship if we fully knocking over the healthy.
The last part, that part is the most. That's been the most important part of the 2020s for the Bucks. It's been health. That's the most important part, Brandon. If we're healthy, if you look at our numbers when healthy, we're elite.
And a bench gets more stacked.
Yep.
This season.
The bench can actually contribute now. They can actually alleviate some pressure from the starters. Where before our starters had to carry everything because our bench was trash. So right. I'm just excited, Brandon, and maybe we'll bust another move before the season starts. We'll see. We'll see. But Brandon, don't forget, hey, we going live whenever Jordan Love gets signed. We going live that day, bro.
I'm waiting to see. I'm waiting to see.
I might even do one soon just on the Rashawn Gary because I think that's a big move, signing him. So I might do something. So I'll keep you posted on that though, bro. But appreciate
All
you
right, bro.
tapping in. All right,
No
bro.
problem, bro.
Appreciate you tapping in. My dude Brandon King Carter. Show some respect. All right, bro. All right, y'all. I'm about to get up out of here. Shout out to Bucks Nation, aka friends and family. The most in tune and educated chat on YouTube. This is your number one source for Bucks news, information. If you're a stray Bucks fan, this is where you're supposed to be. Please comment, like, share, and subscribe. This is tier 1 content. We give you better content than they do on First Take, Undisputed, any of that. You get more here. You hear from the people. You know they not paid off or got something under the table going to promote certain things. You get that straight raw here. That's why you tune in, and that's what we gonna keep giving you. Nothing but quality content. Appreciate everyone tapping in. If you haven't already, before you leave the building, if you can just hit that like button, it helps the channel, helps other people find the content. I'm Amber. This is Amber's Logic, Milwaukee Bucks trades, rumors, and news live edition, where we just got done talking about expectations for the Milwaukee Bucks going into next season, our off-season moves, how we think that impacted the Bucks, and how much better our bench is from last year due to the slick moves that John Horst made in the offseason. And we might have other moves to come. We will see. Any trades or anything come about regarding the Milwaukee Bucks, I will be going live, and we also will be pivoting and starting to go more live talking about Green Bay Packers. So if you're a Packers fan, please stay tuned and tap in here. We about to take over on the Packers side of the game too, like we've taken over on the Bucks side. Y'all got to understand, if this is your first time tapping in with the stuff we be talking about, it's impactful. And then what we talking about now, they'll start talking about on TV like 2 or 3 weeks from now. That's why you need to tap in. We are ahead of the curve. We are the smartest people in the building. Just subscribe, share the content. Y'all know what to do. Gone. We the best in the business. I don't even know what they thinking about. Anybody else do it better than us. We the best. And we gonna win a championship this year. Watch what I tell y'all.